शंकरा चंद्रशेखरा गंगाधरा सुमनोहरा पाहि मां परमेश्वरा मृत्युंजय विश्वेश्वरा नीलकंठ भालनेत्र भस्मभूषित सुंदरा पाहि मां करुणाकरा गिरिजेश ओंकारेश्वरा शंकरा चंद्रशेखरा गंगाधरा सुमनोहरा पाहि मां परमेश्वरा मृत्युंजय विश्वेश्वरा तांडव प्रिय जय नटेश विश्वनाथ महेश्वरा पाहि मां अभयंकरा व्याघ्रचर्मांबरधरा शंकरा चंद्रशेखरा गंगाधरा सुमनोहरा पाहि मां परमेश्वरा मृत्युंजय विश्वेश्वरा मृत्युंजय विश्वेश्वरा आत्मा रामा केशव हरि नारायण अच्युत केशव हरि नारायण भव भयहरणा वन्दित चरणा भव भयहरणा वन्दित चरणा रघुकुल भूषण राजीव लोचन रघुकुल भूषण राजीव लोचन आदिनारायण अनंत शयना आदिनारायण अनंत शयना सच्चिदानन्दा सत्यनारायण सच्चिदानन्दा सत्यनारायण भव भयहरणा वन्दित चरणा रघुकुल भूषण राजीव लोचन आत्मा रामानन्द रमणा आनन्द रमणा श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय श्री राम जय राम श्री राम श्री राम जय राम श्री प्रजवनप्रशानं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। So yesterday we have seen Hanumanji is rightly guided by Vibhishana. So Hanumanji reaches Ashoka Vatika. There he finds Sita Mata, lean, thin, constantly chanting the name of the Lord, looking at her feet and remembering the lotus feet of the Lord. She had not taken rest, sleep, food, in a very miserable condition. Hanumanji felt very bad. He did not know what to do. So it was at that time Ravana comes along with his queens. He tries always Sama, Dana, Veda, Danda to influence Sita Mata. So what did Sita Mata do then? She plucked one blade of grass and then she said, "Oh, 10-headed one, is it ever possible that a lotus may blossom in the light of a globe?" So Ravana felt very much insulted, humiliated. He took out his sword, but Mandodari interferes. Then Ravana gives an ultimatum to all those Rakshasis present there. Within 1 month, if you don't persuade her, then I'm going to kill her. So all these Rakshasis, they started troubling Sita Mata. But then Trijata calls all of them, explains to them her dream that very soon Ravana is going to be killed, Vibhishana is going to become the king, and Bhagavan is going to come along with a procession to take Sita Mata back. All those Rakshasis, they prostrate to Sita Mata and leave the scene. Sita Mata then asked Trijata to get some fire to arrange a funeral pyre for her. Trijata says, no, in this late night no fire is available, and she leaves. So now Sita Mata is asking for fire. She looks at the stars, at the moon, and finally, a tender leaf just behind that Hanumanji was sitting there. So she asks for fire. So at that time Hanumanji drops the mutrika. So seeing this mutrika, she was confused. But when Hanumanji started singing the glory of the Lord, very sweetly, with a lot of devotion, all sorrows of Sita Mata vanished. She said, "Who is this singing? Will you please come in front of me?" So when Hanumanji appeared, she did not trust. But when Hanumanji narrated the entire story with a lot of devotion for Bhagavan Ramchandraji, Sita Mata understood that this is indeed a great devotee of the Lord. And then she said, "Hanuman, you have come at the right time. I was literally drowning in an ocean of sorrow. You have come like a huge ship to save me." How is Bhagavan along with his younger brother? Is he all right? How did he become so cruel-hearted? Alas, Bhagavan has forgotten me. So then Hanumanji said, no, Amma. Bhagwan's love for you is twice that of your love for Bhagwan. Now, from a spiritual angle, it is absolutely true. So if you see the symbolic meaning, Sita Mata represents Jivatma and Rama represents Paramatma. So how much is the love of Paramatma towards Jivatma? It is infinite. What kind of love is it? It is unconditional, infinite love. So there is no exaggeration here. What is the expression of love? Paying attention. What is the expression of love? Concern. So if this is the expression of love, you will find that Bhagavan is all the time paying attention to us. So this world is an ICU, isn't it? I told 2 days back. What is ICU? The normal meaning is also true. Intensive care unit. What is intensive care unit? Bhagavan is intensely taking care of each one of us, as though we are the only child of his. Everybody is paid attention. Yaha sukteshu jagarti kamam purusho nirvimana. Says, even when we are asleep, he is awake, jagarti, paying attention to every desire that we have, ever ready to fulfill our desire, just like parents. The moment the child expresses a desire, parents are ready to fulfill that desire. In the same way, there is a Bhagwan all the time wide awake. So if you see the BMI chart, what is BMI chart? Om is the Lord. Who is the Jivatma? The PFT, perceiver, feeler, thinker. So Bhagavan is ever ready to fulfill the desire by manifesting a world to fulfill the desire. OET is object, emotion, thought. The world of object. Who created? Bhagavan. For what? To fulfill the desire of Jivatma. So what does he do? He gives an instrument, BMI. An instrument is given. Conducive environment is given. Sense objects are created so that Jivatma can fulfill the unfulfilled desire. So what is that BMI chart? It's an expression of love. So this is the nature of Bhagavan. He knows only one thing, tathastu. Whatever you ask, he will give you. So this is an expression of infinite love of the Lord. Pitahamasya jagato patadhata pitama. I am the father and mother of this universe. So when children have desire, who will have to fulfill? Parents have to fulfill. Right. Now, in whichever attitude we approach Bhagavan, accordingly we will see Bhagavan. There is another love. If you approach Bhagavan as a mother, then you will see Bhagavan as a mother and Bhagavan treating you as his child. So therefore, if you want to progress, always you must have one relationship. And you must go on building that relationship. You need not have so many relationships. One is enough. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa saw Bhagavan as mother. Mirabai saw Bhagavan as beloved husband. Surdas ji saw Bhagavan as child. Tulsidas ji saw Bhagavan as master. You see, in every devotee's life you will find that there is one relationship which they have invested upon. They go on developing it. And a time comes when they start feeling the presence of Bhagavan. One mantra, one Ishtadevata, one relationship, then you make progress faster. Just like if you want to get water, you dig in one place, you don't dig in so many places. One relationship is important. Arjuna saw his friend, Sakha. So every great devotee you will find there is one relationship. So there is a beautiful story between Tulsidas ji and Surdas ji. So they were chit-chatting in a forest. Suddenly somebody comes and says, "Hey, there is a wild elephant which is coming this side. Run!" Surdas ji started panicking. Tulsidas ji sat there only. Tulsidas, "Why are you worried?" No, you will not understand. You ran away from me. Who? Surdas ji ran away. Tulsidas ji said, he went behind some tree. And finally, when that elephant was gone, he came back. And Tulsidas ji said, "What kind of devotee are you? You don't have trust in Bhagavan." Surdas ji said, "No, see, as far as you are concerned, Rama is your master, so he will protect you. But as far as me, Krishna is my child. I have to protect him." You see? So therefore, both of them are devotees. But see the way they respond to a situation. Yes. So continuing with our Sundara Kanda. So here when Hanumanji says that Bhagavan's love is much more than your love for Bhagavan, it is in a way true. Bhagavan's love is infinite. How can Jiva ever love Bhagavan the way Bhagavan loves Jiva? And you will find in this worldly thing also. No? Child's love for mother is very weak, but mother's love for the child is very strong. Child gets distracted here and there, tempted by this and that, forgets mother also. But mother's one part of mind is always, where is my child? What is it doing? Especially when the child is good. So that love is an expression of divine love. So then Hanumanji gives a message of Bhagavan to Sita Mata. How much Bhagavan is miserable. Listening to it, Sita Mata feels immersed in love. Then Hanumanji says, "Amma, these Rakshasas are nothing, they are just fireflies. In front of Bhagavan's arrow, they would just burn themselves. So much of delay happened only because we did not know where you were. Now that we know, it's very easy. Now Bhagavan will come along with the army of monkeys, and then they will destroy all these Rakshasas, and then Bhagavan will take you back." So then Sita Mata had a doubt. "Hanuman, all monkeys are of your size?" So then Hanumanji had to prove, because otherwise Sita Mata was worried. So then he takes a huge form. And when Sita Mata saw, her mind was at peace. She was struck with awe and wonder. And seeing this expression in Sita Mata, what does Hanuman do? He immediately becomes small. "Oh mother, I am mere monkey. The only thing I know is to jump from one branch to another. It is all because of Bhagavan's grace. Bala, Buddhi, whatever you are seeing, it's all His grace. Nothing belongs to me." And seeing this humility of Hanuman, Sita Mata was so touched. So she feels that I must bless him. So then, how does Sita Mata bless Hanuman? "मन संतोष सुनत कपिवानी, भगति प्रताप तेज बलसान, आशीष दीन्हि विराम प्रिय जाना हो तात बलशील निधाना. So here the term used by Sita Mata to Hanuman is O Tata, oh my dear son. May you become Nidhana, an embodiment, a treasure house of Bala and Sheela. Bala means strength. Sheela means character. May you be of sterling character, of immense strength. Was Hanumanji happy? No happiness. The face did not glow. Acharya, may you be ageless. May you remain ever young. Not happy. Amara, may you become deathless. You see, if all this is we get to you, Hanumanji absolutely care for us. Gunanidhi, may you become a treasure house of all virtues. Then Sita Mata tells one thing. What is that? Karahu bahut raghunayak chohu. Oh my dear son, may you win the love and affection of Bhagavan. May you be the receiver of grace and blessings of the Lord, affection of the Lord. May Bhagavan love you. And the moment Hanumanji heard this, that Bhagavan's grace is going to befall upon me, Nirbhar Prem Magan Hanumana. So just now Sita Mata was immersed in Bhagavan's love. Now Hanumanji went into trance. Hearing that, he was filled with love for Bhagavan. Bar bar na esi padasisa. Again and again he prostrated to Sita Mata. He was so happy, so happy. Again and again he prostrated to Mother. Bola bachana chori karegi sa. And then with folded palms he spoke these words. What did he say? Ab krita kritya bhayam me mata. Oh Mother, now I am krita kritya. Krita kritya means what? Totally fulfilled. Totally fulfilled. That total fulfillment is called krita krityata. Hanuman, why do you feel this fulfillment? Because Mother, Asisha tava amogha vigyata. Because your blessings can never fail. It is amogha. Because Hanumanji knew she is none other than Divine Mother. So Hanumanji was very happy. Totally fulfilled. Then suddenly he remembered one thing. What is that? He has not eaten. You see, what is the first thing you remember when you see your mother? It is food. And what is the first thing which mother asks when she sees her child? Have you eaten anything? So suddenly Hanumanji remembers, oh, I have not eaten. Sunahu mat mohi atisaya bhukha. Oh mother, I am extremely hungry. But you don't have to cook anything. A lot of fruits are hanging here. It's an Ashoka Vatika. So this Vatika was a special garden of Ravana. Well guarded. So all those fruits were there hanging, ripe, fresh, juicy. So mother, I am extremely hungry now. Now see Hanumanji, only when he has done his duty, he is remembering the bodily needs. You see that commitment of this one. Suddenly he is remembering his, oh, I am hungry. Because everything is over now, done. Oh mother, your permission, can I eat these fruits? So then Sita Mata said, see my dear son, this Vartika is guarded by huge Rakshasas, powerful Rakshasas. Mother, I am not worried about them. You just give me permission, that's all what I need. Then Sita Mata said, okay, remember the lotus feet of the Lord and go, fulfill your desire, eat to your heart's content. No, Hanumanji's goal purpose was not just eat some fruits and leave. He had some hidden agenda also. So then what did he do? He decided to do something. So what did he do? He went to the other side of Ashokavati, where Sita Mata will never know anything because it was a huge place. Okay, he wanted to create some trouble without disturbing mother. So he went to the other side, ate to his heart content, and then started uprooting the trees and breaking branches and all that. So naturally the guards came. Who is this? How dare someone can enter into this garden? They saw this monkey. They came to attack, to catch him. Hanumanji smashed all of them. So there is a Mashaki Krita Rakshasa. So how did Hanumanji deal with these Rakshasas? Just like you deal with mosquitoes. Smash it, that's it. That was the power of Hanumanji. Smashed someone, killed some of them, and few of them he left injured, just alive. So these Rakshasas, they ran to Ravana. He says, one monkey has come and is disturbing. So a huge army was sent. In no time that army also was destroyed by Hanumanji. What is the weapon of Hanumanji? The trees. He would just uproot a tree and smash them and kill them. Some of them he would just rub against the ground and kill them. Some of them he will catch and rub against his body and kill them. Some of them he will just squeeze and put them there. I'm not joking, everything is written here. Very easily, you know. So then the second set of army also was destroyed. Then Ravana sends his son, Akshay Kumar. You go, finish that monkey. Akshay Kumar goes with a bigger army, and every time Hanumanji sees a bigger army, he will roar, and the roar will increase, seeing the size of the army. So this big army came along with Akshay Kumar. Hanumanji just uprooted one tree and smashed it. He was dead. Ravana's son, he was finished in no time. Again, some of them, they ran back and said, "Oh Lord, that monkey is not an ordinary one. We have to do something." And Ravana was highly disturbed when he saw that his son was killed. So then Ravana sends his beloved son, who is he? Meghanath. What is his other name? Indrajit. So there is a story of Meghanath. Meghanath is considered to be one of the greatest warriors of all times. You know why? So it is said, Ravana wanted a very, very powerful warrior as his son. So he was an astrologer also, Ravana. So he designed that planetary positions. What is that planetary position where a son should be born who would become the greatest warrior of this world? So positions he designed and then called all of them, these devatas. Come on now, stand in this position. Because he was so powerful. He could command. He was the conqueror of 3 worlds. All these Shani, Rahu, Ketu, all of them he called. He said, these are the planetary positions you have to stand when this son is going to be born. Nobody had, the courage place to disobey him. So that's how Meghnad was born. In the absolutely perfect position. I think Shani did something because of which he was not absolutely invincible. I think he put his leg into other, that, something like that. Anyway. So thus, Meghnad was the most, and he was the most powerful. He had, all the divine weapons from the Trimurti. He is one of the rare warrior who had weapons from the Trimurtis. He had Pajupadastra, he had Brahmastra, and he had Vaishnavastra also. So Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, he was the one who. And it is said that when he was born, he did not cry. He rumbled like a cloud, That's why the name Meghnad. So when the rain comes, how that clouds, that rumbling sound. That's the way he was born, it seems. So his name is Meghnad. Another name is Indrajit. He is the one who even conquered Indra, the king of Devatas. And he is the only one who could defeat Rama and Lakshmana together. One of the episodes it is like that. He binds both of them with Nagapasha. They became helpless because of it. And the boon he got was only that person who did not sleep for 12 years, only such a person can kill him. So literally he was invincible. Okay. He was the one who shot that arrow because of which Lakshmana's was almost on the verge of death. Because of which Hanumanji had to go and get Sanjeevani and all that. So, Meghnad was indeed strong. So he was sent. And what is the instruction given to Meghnad? The instruction given by Ravana was confident he will catch him. Meghnad, don't kill him. Because if we kill him, we will not know who is his master. So bring him alive. This was the instruction given. So thus, Meghnad goes along with a huge army. And what is Hanumanji doing? He is sitting on the top of the tree, seeing who is going to come next. So when he saw Meghnad coming, again he gave a big roar and then he uprooted a huge tree and then smashed him. But then Meghnad jumped out of the chariot. So the chariot was powdered. Meghnad escaped. And then both of them started fighting. Dvandva Yuddha with hands. Duel. So it appeared as though two royal, lordly elephants were fighting with each other. Both of them started fighting. And then finally Hanumanji gave a solid blow to Meghnad. Meghnad falls down totally unconscious. Hanumanji could have killed him. He did not. Left him there, climbed the top of the tree. After some time, Meghnad regains consciousness. He looks around, finds him there. So Meghnad understands that normal ways will not work. So then he started doing black magic. But this black magic also did not work. He tried everything to conquer Hanuman, but nothing worked. Finally, he was so sad that he had to use the most powerful weapon. What is it? Brahmastra. He was very sad that for a monkey I had to use this. Finally he had to use. And then he shoots Brahmastra. Now Hanumanji had another blessing from Brahmaji himself, that even Brahmastra cannot affect him. But then, when Hanumanji saw that he is using Brahmastra, in order to respect that astra, he decides to get affected by that astra. So when that arrow was shot, Hanumanji falls, But where does he fall? He falls upon this army, Rakshasa army, so very many gets killed just by that fall itself. Now Hanumanji is fallen, but nobody dares to go near Hanumanji. Because Meghnath, he still remembered that, the punch. Nobody dared to go. So again he shoots another arrow. It's called as Naga Pasha. Ties down Hanumanji. Now Hanumanji is tired. So then the Rakshasas come and lift him. Actually Hanumanji did this because he wanted to have a direct conversation with Ravana. That is one reason why he allowed himself to be bound. So Hanumanji was taken to the court of Ravana, and there huge crowd had gathered to see who this monkey was, who could single-handedly vanquish Rakshasa army, who killed Akshay Kumar. So not an ordinary. So people had gathered, when the lion is roaming around, nobody goes near. But once the lion is caged, everyone comes to see. In the same way, big crowd had gathered to see who this monkey was. And then Ravana saw the court of Ravana. Hanumanji saw this. Ravana's court. Ravana was sitting there. And it is said that court, that sabha of Ravana, was so royal and majestic. Everything precious, whatever was great in the whole world, he had brought it and put it in his court. It was majestic. And all the presiding deities, devatas, they were there at his feet, trembling in fear. So it is said, as Ravana's eyebrow quivered, these devatas trembled. They were there at his feet, serving him. But Hanumanji was there, absolutely fearless. So now there is a conversation between Ravana and Hanumanji. So Ravana first laughed, seeing this monkey being tied, helpless. He gave a big laugh. But suddenly his laugh stopped when he remembered that this is the monkey who killed his son. And now he asks a question. Some 2-3 questions he asked, and now the answer of Hanumanji is beautiful. So the first question was, "O monkey, who are you? And upon whose strength you are doing all this?" First question. Second question was, "Don't you know who I am? With whom are you playing? Don't you know who I am?" Second question. Third question. "Why did you kill the Rakshasas? Destroy the garden?" So 3 questions. So for these 3 questions now Hanumanji is answering. So what is the first question? "Oh monkey, who are you?" Now this answer of Hanumanji is beautiful. So we make our, Balivihar children repeat this answer. Okay, the answer is this. That Lord who, by the power of whose Maya, who could create Ananta Koti Brahmanda, infinite cosmos. That Lord who, by the power of his Maya, could create infinite cosmos. Number 1. There are 8. Okay, this is number 1. Number 2. That Lord who empowers Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara in Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Creation, sustenance and dissolution. I will ask you, okay? Remember better. That Lord who empowers Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara in Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Number 3. That Lord who empowers Adishesha to carry the burden of the earth. So this is a concept. Adishesha is carrying earth. That Lord who empowers Adishesha to that Lord who takes avatara now and then to protect the virtuous and to punish the wicked fellows like you, in Ravana's court he is telling, in front of Ravana, that Lord who takes avatara now and then to protect the virtuous and punish the wicked fellows like you. This is number 4. Number 5. That Lord who broke Shiva Dhanush and in the process crushed the egos of all those arrogant kings who had assembled there. Ravana was also there. In disguise he was there. So that Lord who broke Shiva Dhanush, which the kings were not even able to lift it. That Lord who broke that Dhanush and in the process pulverized the egos of the arrogant king present there. That Lord who vanquished monsters like Trishira, Vali, Khara, Dushana. That Lord, because of whose fraction of power you have become the conqueror of 3 worlds. Means the power which you have is not yours, it belongs to Bhagavan. A fraction of whose power? With that power, you became the conqueror of the 3 worlds. How many over? 7. 8th one. That Lord whose wife you stole like a coward. I am the messenger of that Lord. You see? Grand, majestic, royal introduction. So we make these Balivir children learn all this. They write down, just like some of you are writing. And then they have to repeat. What's the first one? That Lord who creates infinite cosmos, Ananta Koti Brahmanda, by the power of his Maya. Second one, that Lord who empowers Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Trimurtis in performing their duties. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Brahma is connected with Srishti, Vishnu with Sthiti, and Shiva with Laya. That Lord who empowers them. And the third one, Adishesha, the one who empowers Adishesha to carry the burden of earth. Fourth one, the one who takes avatara now and then to protect the virtuous. Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge. That concept. Punish the wicked fellows like you. That Lord who broke Shiva Dhanush and in the process broke the hearts of all arrogant kings. That Lord who killed monsters, powerful, invincible monsters like Khara, Dushana, Trishira, Vali, etc. That Lord, because of whose power, a fraction of whose power, you became the conqueror of the 3 worlds. That Lord whose wife you stole like a thief. I'm the messenger of that Lord. So this answers the first question. What is the question? For God's army. Second question is, don't you know who I am? How dare you blame? So Hanumanji said, yeah, I know you. You are the one who became famous by fighting with Sahasrabahu and Vali, isn't it? Now, that story you must know. What is the story? So Vali, you know Vali's moon. Anybody who comes in front, 50% of the power goes to the other. 50% of the other one comes to him. So nobody could win Vali. So one day, when Vali was doing Sandhyavandan, so at that time, Ravana came from behind to catch him. Vali came to know that this fellow is behind. He just got hold of him. And it is said he kept under his armpit for 6 months. Ravana had to remain there. Very pathetic condition. 6 months. And then what he did, he just tied Ravana. So Angad was just born. So Angad wanted a toy. In the cradle, you put a toy there for children to play. So he tied Ravana there, and Angad was playing with Ravana. These are the stories. And finally Brahmaji came and said, don't do all this. Therefore he was left. So Hanumanji said, yeah, I know, you are the famous Ravana. What is Vali? The other story is about Sahasrabahu. Sahasrabahu, he saw Ravana, this very strange creature, 10 heads, 20 hands. So he thought, he will indeed beautify my zoo. In zoo, what do? You put on strange animals, etc. So this fellow was caught, put inside the zoo for fun. And finally, Pulastya Rishi had to come. Pulastya Rishi is the grandfather of Ravana. And thus he was released. So Hanumanji is saying, yeah, I know you very well. You have become famous because of that Sahasrabahu and Vali episode, isn't it? And Ravana just laughed. And now the third question. What is the third question? Why did you destroy this Vatika and kill the Rakshasas? So Hanumanji said, see, I am a monkey. Okay, when I felt hungry, I ate fruits. There is absolutely nothing wrong. And these Rakshasas, they came to trouble me. Who doesn't love one's own body? So they tried to kill me, so I just killed them. That's all. So the third question was also answered. Now Hanumanji becomes serious. It was just a fun part. Hanumanji said, Ravana, I sincerely request you, return Sita Mata back and fall at the feet of the Lord. He is not an ordinary human being. He is Sakshat Bhagavan himself. He is the death of even Lord Death, Yamaraj. He is not an ordinary human being. So this is the best thing you can do. Surrender unto Bhagavan. Fall at his feet. He is an infinite ocean of compassion. He will forgive all your transgressions. He will not keep anything in mind. So therefore this is the best thing you do. Surrender unto Bhagavan and then rule Lanka as much as you want. Keeping the lotus feet of the Lord in your heart. Ravana, don't be a blot in that blemishless dynasty of Pulastya Rishi. See, your grandfather is Pulastya Rishi, such a great person. Like that brilliant moon which has some black patches. In the same way, don't become a black patch in that brilliant moon of Pulastya's dynasty. A person who earns wealth, prosperity, name, fame, etc., being hostile to Bhagavan, such a person will lose everything in no time. Just like the rivers which are born during the monsoon season. So when there is monsoon season, there is some rivers appear. But actually they are not perennial rivers. Perennial rivers always flow irrespective of whether there is rain or not. But some of these rivers appear suddenly during monsoon. And when the rain stops, these rivers also disappear. In the same way, all the prosperity, name, fame, etc. of a person who is hostile to Bhagavan will also disappear like these monsoon rivers. So therefore, Ravana, this is the best advice I can give you. I bow down to you, pray to you. Don't be hostile to the Lord. He is not an ordinary human being. And if you become hostile, even Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara cannot save you. Let me tell you this. And then Hanumanji says, Moha मूल बहु सूल प्रद त्यागहु तम अभिमान भजहु राम रघुनायक कृपा सिंधु भगवान. Ravana, your greatest problem is your abhimana, your ego. And your ego is born out of ignorance, tama abhimana. And Ravana, you will only suffer because of this ego in you. Because this ego is moha moola. It is the source of all delusions in life, confusions in life. Sula brother, it will give you plenty of suffering. This ego in you can only make you miserable in your life, can only create more and more confusions and delusions. So therefore, give up this abhiman, give up this ego. So there is a beautiful verse in Bhagavad Gita which talks about this. Nirmana mohajita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sanni gacchantya mudha padam avyayam tat. So that beautiful message of Bhagavad Gita you will find here. What does that verse say? You see, what happens to a person who is not spiritual? Adhyatma nityaha is not there. So in this verse, take the opposite of everything. You will understand what will happen to that man. Adhyatma nitya means what? Spiritual, regularly spiritual. When that is not there, what happens? Nirmana moha. What happens in his life? There will be mana, there will be moha. Any non-spiritual person, who will rule that person? Mana, ego. So who will rule his heart? His own ego. God will not rule his heart, he will be ruled by ego. Such a person, when he looks within at the seat of meditation, if at all he meditates, what will he find there? God or ego? Ego. Now what is the nature of ego? Blissful or blisterful? See, Lord is blissful, Ananda Swarupa. Ego is Dukkha Swarupa. Ego means what? Limitation, BMI. I am identified with the body. So at the body level I am finite, I am limited, I am imperfect. At the mind level, at the intellectual level, there is only imperfection and finitude as far as ego is concerned. So when he looks within, he finds the ego. What is the nature of ego? Dukkha. So will he be inspired to meditate? Never. So he is not finding happiness inside. So naturally will he search for happiness? Inside it is not there. So he will search for happiness in the outer world. In the outer world is there happiness? Of course there is. Sense pleasures are there. And he misunderstands sense pleasure to be happiness. He misunderstands fulfillment of his worldly desire to be happiness. So see the next term. This is called as moha, delusion. Nirmana moha. So first comes mana, ego. And with this ego comes delusion. What is the greatest delusion in this world? Happiness is outside, not inside. It's the greatest delusion. Actually, you are Ananda Swarupa. Atma is of the nature of bliss, infinite peace, happiness, joy, contentment. He looks within, he doesn't find there. So he concludes that it is outside. And outside what does he get? Sense pleasures. And he misunderstands that to be the real joy. So this is called as moha. Delusion that happiness comes from the outer world. So now what will you do? You see, your life is determined by your understanding about life. Everything what you do in life depends on what is your understanding about life. So if my understanding is world is the source of happiness, where will I run? Outside, towards the world, not inside. So such a person will have no value for meditation. Such a person will have no value for spirituality. he will have only for the worldly attainments. So then when he runs after the world, there are two possibilities. Number one, there are things which he doesn't have. Number two, there are things which he already have. Two things. So regarding the things which he doesn't have, he will have craving for it, desire for it. Things which he already has, he will try to preserve it. He will have attachment for it. See? Kama and Sangha. Sangha means attachment. Attachment to everything which he possesses. Craving for everything which he has not yet possessed. So see the term. Nirmana mohaha jita sangha dosha. So he will be having sangha dosha. Whatever he has, he will have attachment. Blind, unhealthy attachment to things, beings and situations. Sangha dosha. Nirmana mohaha jita sangha dosha. Adhyatma nitya is not there, therefore all these things are happening. Adhyatma nityaha vinivritta kama. You see, kama. How much ever he fulfills his desire, he still craves for more and more, more and more and more and more. Kama is there. Now what is the condition of a person who is so attached to the world of things, beings and situations? Dvandvai vimuttaha sukha dukkha. He will be tossed up and down by dvandvas of life. Because what is the nature of the world? Everything in this world, two major problems are there. Number one, they are all uncertain. There is no guarantee you will get it. And number two, they are all impermanent. So when something is uncertain, what happens? Tension, worry, anxiety, stress. Will I get it or not? Will I get it or not? And even if you get it, it's impermanent. Someday or the other you have to lose. So then, this person is called a samsari. Who is a samsari? The one who depends on samsara for happiness is called a samsari. His happiness depends on the outer happenings of the world, outer attainments of the world. So what will be his condition? Sula brother, lot of sufferings, lot of sufferings. He is attached to a person, when that person dies, he is finished. He is attached to the things or situation, when that is not happening, again he is miserable. Samsari's conditions are like this. Misery, oh misery. Cry, oh cry. Somebody defined samsari. The one who is behind samsari is called samsari. Anyway. So, this is the condition. You are carrying an infinite treasure house of peace, happiness, bliss. So instead of searching here, we are searching there, outside. You know the story of that old lady searching for needle? Okay, anyway I'll tell you. So there was this old lady. She was searching, under a street light. So one man came. Amma, what are you searching? I lost my needle. Okay, so this person also started searching. The old Amma can't see properly. Another person came. What are you both searching? No, this Amma lost needle. Okay, that person also came. Now there was a big crowd searching for needle. One wise man asked this Amma, Amma, where did you lose this needle? I lost it in my hut. Oh, why are you searching here then? No, there is no light. Here there is light. You are searching for something in the wrong place. No, we may laugh at this Amma. We are also doing the same thing. Where have we lost happiness? Inside. Where are we searching for it? Okay, where you have lost it, search there. So now, this ego in us will not allow us to search inside. This is the point. The moment you look within, you are seeing a miserable ego there. So you conclude that there is no happiness here. No, remove that ego. Installed Bhagavan there. In our heart, only one person can rule, either the ego or the Lord. Both cannot rule there. It's one simhasana where only one person can sit. It's one seated throne. So there's a famous quote of Puja Gurudev. As the ego enters, Lord vanishes. When the Lord enters, ego vanishes. So who should be installed upon this throne? Who has to decide? We have to decide. We have to consciously put forth effort in effacing this ego. Then Bhagavan will come automatically. But if ego itself is the source of all joy, and if we make the ego the king, then this is what is going to happen. Right? So Ravana, your abhimana is the cause of all miseries. Give up this abhimana, this ego. Surrender unto Bhagavan. He is an ocean of compassion. He will accept you. This is what you must do. What was Ravana's reaction to this? Ha ha ha, he laughed. He looked at everyone and said, oh, we are so blessed that we got a guru in the form of a monkey. He made fun of it. We are so blessed to have a monkey as our guru. He did not pay any attention to all these wise guidance. He said, oh monkey, you are talking too much. Generally, this is a lakshana of a person who is going to die. He blabbers too much. Hanumanji said, it is not I who is going to die. You are the one who is going to die. Vinasha kali viparita buddhi. And Ravana became very angry. He said, who is there? Kill this fellow. And everyone got ready. At that time, Vibhishana interferes and said, no, no, no. He is a Duta. He should not be killed. We are not supposed to do that. He is a messenger. We should not do that. Okay. Now a big discussion. Then what should we do with this monkey? So then Ravana got a brilliant idea. What is the idea? A monkey loves its tail very much. Very much attached to the tail. So we will do one thing. We will burn this fellow's tail and send him back to his master. That's the best, thing we can do. All the others also, they were all sycophants, whatever Ravana says, they just. They said, yes, it's a brilliant idea. So come on, bring cloth, oil, whatever is there. They all made themselves busy in wrapping the tail with the cloth. And what did Hanuman do? By the time when Hanumanji saw that this is the decision taken by the court, he started laughing from within. He felt that Sakshat Saraswati herself is there, sitting on the tongue of Ravana and making all such foolish decisions. You know why? See, monkey, what is the nature of monkey? Fickle-minded, chanchala. You are giving fire in the hand of a monkey. As I said earlier, Ravana had 10 heads, but not even one head was functioning. So Hanumanji was laughing. Not externally, internally he was just smiling. Because everything as though Bhagavan was, setting things right for him to do. Now he did not do anything. Everything they are just making things ready. Well, all the Lankavasis, they became very busy. So everybody was angry with Hanumanji because somebody or the other, their family member was dead because of Hanumanji. So many army people were killed. So everyone, it became a national festival-like thing. And what did Hanumanji do? He started extending his tail slowly. So as they finished wrapping, little more was there. And it is said, all the clothes in Lanka were used. All the oil and the ghee, everything was consumed in just wrapping up this day. finally a big procession was taken. They said, we will find an auspicious moment to light this day at different places. Dignitaries, VIPs were called to set fire. So it was a big procession was taken on the main roads. Hanumanji was watching everything because in the war you will need to know all these positions, locations, strategic locations and all. So finally the procession was taken and then they set fire to this day. What did Hanumanji do? Remember Hanumanji's tied position now. He has been tied by this, by what? Nagapasha, snakes. So he was there. So he just waited for the tail to really catch fire. And once the tail caught fire, he immediately became small. What happens? All the pashas gone, loosened. Tail he did not make smaller. Tail remained of the same size. He became small and immediately he jumped on the top of the palace along with this tail which was blazing. This was a shock for everyone. All the ladies there started screaming. They never expected this. And then he started jumping from one palace to another. How do you wipe towards the wall? So one round like this, another. Isn't it? In the same way, Hanumanji started, Ulat palat kapi lanka jaye. Ulat palat ke. This side, that side. Except one palace, he burnt all the other palaces. Whose palace it was? Vibhishana's palace. The whole Lanka was burning in no time. Nobody knew what could be done. The fire force became absolutely clueless because the whole Lanka is burning. If it is one house, you can do something. Then some of them said, see, I told you, this is not a monkey, it is some devata. Such people are always there. When calamity is there, they will come and say, I told you. So, some of them said, it is all because a saintly person has been, that is the reason. And this I had expected, so noble people were also there. Wherever saintly people are oppressed, troubled, so all these things are natural, so some of them were telling that also. Anyway, the whole Lanka started burning. And what about Hanumanji? Was he feeling the burning sensation in the tail? No. So Tulsi Raman says that fire got its power to burn from that Lord. How dare that fire can create any harm for Bhagavan's messenger? It's impossible. So there's a beautiful story in Kenopanishad. Kenopanishad, there is a story. What is the story? So once Devatas were all celebrating their victory over Asuras. So actually they had attained victory because of Bhagavan and they have completely forgotten Bhagavan and everyone was taking credit because of me, we won the war, etc. So Devatas were all there. Agni Devata, Vayu Devata, Indra Devata, they were having cheers. They completely forgot Bhagavan, because of whom they won the war. And as they were celebrating, it was the evening time, they found that somebody standing there, far away. They did not know who this person was. So Indra calls Vayu Devata and says, you just go and find out who that person is standing at us. So it was Bhagavan in the form of Yaksha. So Vayu Devata goes, who are you? So the Yaksha says, who are you? You don't know me? I am powerful wind god. The tornadoes and storms, it's all because of me. Oh, is it so? Yes. That Yaksha puts a blade of grass, a dry blade of grass, and says, just move it. Vayu Devata. In the beginning he just tried some foo-foo. Nothing. He tried everything. That blade of grass was there only. Totally humiliated. He just comes back. So others asked, what happened? He did not tell all this thing. So I could not find out who that person was. Agni, you go. Agni was outside. Same episode. Yaksha said, who are you? Hey, you don't know me? Famous Jata Veda I am. All over the Vedas I am there. Okay, what is your power? I can burn anything. Okay, here is a blade of grass. Burn it. A dry blade of grass. He also tried. Nothing was happening. Grass is there only. He also comes back ashamed. Now Indra understands that the matter is serious. Finally he goes. And the moment he goes, Yaksha disappears. And finally Indra comes to know it is Bhagavan himself who had come. So the message of the story is this. All these devatas, their power actually comes from Bhagavan himself. They don't have any individual power. They are all borrowed powers. So in the same way, Prahlada also was, if you see, Holika was trying to burn Prahlada. Nothing happened. Devotees are ever protected. So, Hanumanji did not feel any burning sensation. Once the whole thing was burnt, he then took a plunge into the ocean, put off that fire, and then came back to Sita Mata and stood there as though he did nothing. He just ate some fruits and he has come back. Okay. You burnt the entire Lanka there. So he said, oh Amma, now I am returning. So please give me something so that I can prove Bhagavan that I indeed met you. So then Sita Mata removes her Chudamani, crushed jewel, and gives it to Hanuman. And narrates a story which only Bhagavan and Sita Mata knew. Others did not know. So these are all the indications, But to prove that I really met that person and communicate. So Sita Mata said, just remind Bhagavan of Jayant story. Story of Jayant. So who is Jayant? He is the son of Indra. He did a misadventure. So when Bhagavan and Sita Mata, they were in that forest. So this Jayant had a doubt. He is really Bhagavan only? Because at that time, Bhagavan was, plucking some forest flowers, making a beautiful garland and putting it around Sita Mata. So Jayant said, how can this fellow be God? Looks like a henpecked husband. So he thought I would test him. So then he became a crow and then went to Sita Mata and started pecking her food. Blood started coming and she screamed in pain. Bhagavan came. And looking at that crow itself, Bhagavan understood this fellow is Jayant, son of Indra. Bhagavan just plucked a blade of grass and threw it. And that grass of blade became Brahmastra and started chasing him. These fellows started running. First he went to his father. Father said, get out. Don't come anywhere near me. Then he went to Brahma. Then he went to all those places. Nowhere he was finding peace. Finally Naraji, looking at his condition, miserable condition, said, see, the only place we should go now is go to Bhagavan, fall at his feet. You have done a big mistake. Seek forgiveness. So finally he goes there. So Bhagavan says, see, Brahmastra is such. Once you release it, it has to do something. So okay, I will take away one eye of yours. So then Jayant became, one-eyed. So this is the story. So Sita Mata said, remind him of this Jayant story. Another indication is, you are so powerful, one blade of grass becomes Brahmastra. What is this Ravana? yes, Amma, very soon we are going to come. Please don't grieve, etc., etc. Took her blessings, and then he decided to come back. So now there is again a launching to be done. He has to leave, and before leaping, it is said here, he just gave a loud roar. And the roar was so scary that all those Rakshasa women who were carrying, they had a miscarriage. They were so frightened because now the whole Lanka was scared of this monkey. They thought that if one monkey of that army could do this, what must be the power of that master? Everybody was scared in the whole Lanka. To such an extent, when they heard this roar of Hanumanji, all these pregnant women had miscarriage. And after that, Hanumanji comes back. After coming back, what happened? Let us see tomorrow. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kasyat Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari